This is the BYD Seal 7, and here's everything you need to know about it. So, starting with the front end, obviously LED headlights, got a little wraparound for the indicator. Let's show you guys what that looks like. See that? Looks nice. Nice, like, animation overall, dynamic obviously, and also on the mirrors as well. Down here you've got some functional aero as well, which looks great. Nice aggressive front diffuser. Obviously a couple of parking sensors, front camera. What do you guys think of the color though? It's not white, it's called beige. Let's have a look from the side. I think it looks gorgeous. It looks really sort of sloping front end, especially the hood accents. I like these hood accents. These look really nice. And then you've obviously got the BYD emblem as well. But yeah, the color. I really like the color. It's something different. A little bit understated. I like the silhouette sideline angles. So yeah, on the side you've got BYD design. It's got 18-inch alloy wheels. Let's double check. Yes, they are 225 50 R18 multi-spoke wheels. Look nice. Let's see if we can fit in here. Traditional coil over coil strut, no fancy air suspension required. And then yeah, BYD emblem along here. You've got sort of a brushed aluminium finish. NFC, I'm presuming, which will allow you to tap for the key. I have to check what that is all about. But yeah, really nice. This is a plug-in hybrid. So plug-in hybrid, electric, flush door handles, button here, clearly easy to open it. Nice little chrome trim on the sides. And you've got also down here, nice little accent skirt as well, which looks quite nice. Same on the rear, 225 50 R18 rims on the rear. And over here, so it's a plug-in hybrid. Let's unlock the vehicle first of all. Sorry, struggling with that. Door handles have a nice, like I say, animation. Let me show you what that looks like. So locked, unlocked, obviously push the button, nicely comes out. Let's open the fuel cap. Voila! So fuel tank on the left hand side, and heading on to the rear. How do you know? It says over here PHEV Seal 7. I love the rear end. The rear end looks nice, and just the way the sun is shining on this beige color, it looks, so they should give it a different name. Beige has got just such a negative term overall to it. DMI as well, technology over here. 4 parking sensors across the rear. Great visibility out the rear window as well. And then you also have your third brake light mounted over there. Let's give you guys a look. Dynamic turn signals on the rear. And if we double tap on the key looks pretty good as well. Double tap. Voila! Power assisted trunk. Good size overall initially. Decent sort of loading area as well. Let's have a look underneath. So you've got your inflation kit. So air compressor, and I'm guessing sludge to fill a tire, as well as a protective vest. So you're good with that initially, but there is actually a donut tire, and in here I presume is also your charging cable. Over here you've got Dynaudio. This is top of the range model, so it's got a 12 speaker Dynaudio system. This is obviously the subwoofer. Let me just show you what it looks like with the seats folded. voila. So 60, 40. There you go. Nice. So if you do need to load some stuff, good amount of storage space in the back. Oh, and what's this over here? Ah, this would be your fire extinguisher and a pair of sunglasses. Very nice. And yeah, obviously you can close the trunk and you can lock it directly from here. That's a nice little feature. I like that. So close the trunk. Down on the rear will be your reverse lights. Nice little diffuser as well. No faux exhaust tips. I appreciate that. And oh, forgot to mention. So on this side, this is where you've got your plug for charging the battery. So it's a plug-in hybrid, meaning it's got an AC port here. And you can literally plug it in on AC and charge the 17.6, 17.9 kilowatt hour battery. But yeah, overall nice. Let's jump in to the back seats. So yeah, on the doors you've got this nice soft touch leather, or it's PU leather. It's not actual leather, but feels pretty good quality leather. Got the Dynaudio speaker here, nice sort of brushed accent over here, and then got your window control, the Dynaudio speaker, decent size storage bin. And yeah, door accents, door card looks quite homogeneous, quite nice. Little metal sill plate over here, and here are your back seats. So good amount of room on the base, nice sort of perforation on the back. Unfortunately, they are not ventilated or heated or anything, just your regular seats. And yeah, let's step on inside the cabin, see what it's like overall. So I'm sat behind myself and I have massive amount of leg room, good amount of foot room overall. But yeah, the main thing is, like I say, the seat coming up to the back of your leg. And I know I'm not particularly tall, but yeah, it's comfortable. Great amount of, like, super spacious. This is really spacious overall. You've got here an armrest, little integrated sort of storage area there as well. And then over here, you've got the cup holder. And I like that, like nice soft opening. That's like super premium. Not the biggest fan of the gloss black finish. I think it would have looked nicer if it was like color coded with the material. But like I say, that is a very nice smooth premium motion for opening that up. Obviously 5-seater. Down here you have got two physical AC vents. Amazing, gotta love physical AC vents. Nice and easy. And then down here you've got a Type C as well as a Type A port and a little storage cubby. You want to put your phone in while it's charging. That's nice and useful. And then you have your map pocket. Decent sort of size. And then you've got some sort of segregation here. So if you want to put in your Nintendo Switch 2 maybe, or little iPad mini, you can keep everything organized in the back. But yeah, overall nice. You do have a sunroof. Thankfully, it has a cloth cover. And you have nice soft opening grab handles. Puddle lights. Can you turn it off? Let's see. And you've got a nice little coat hook over here. Puddle lights, they do not. I presume once you start the vehicle that you can turn them off manually. But yeah, nice. Like I say, very spacious interior in the back. I like the embossed BYD stitching on the headrest. And like I say, great amount of headroom, good visibility throughout the vehicle. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into the front seat. Well, before we jump on in, similar color design as the rear. Obviously have all your window switches, individual child locks that you can just manually operate. That is a super cool feature. So if you're dropping the kids off, you don't want them getting in and out, you can just literally push the button. You have child lock. Then, hey, you're going for a meeting and you need people to be able to get out. Bam, you just hit the button. You don't have to do it manually on the door, because usually you've got a manual button somewhere, you know, switch for the child lock. That is a very nice feature. And listen to that, like premium, very premium door finish overall. Down here you have got the trunk as well as the fuel release. Dynaudio sound system, as I mentioned, decent sized storage bin. Like I say, overall feels premium. This looks very premium. Obviously it's plastic, unfortunately. Door handles also is nice and ergonomic. But if we jump on inside, I like the animation. Nice animation, nice welcoming tone. So the base model comes with an 8.8 inch display. Top of the range comes with a 10.25 inch display. And then over here you've got 15.6 inch display, or on the entry level 12.7 inch display. And also auto dimming rear view mirror for the top of the range, and also has ambient lighting as well. But let's get started, like I say, with the instrument cluster. So instrument cluster, you can go ahead, your media controls is on this side, so this is going to be your volume control. And then if you're literally switching between it, then you can go into the menu. If you push this button here, which allows you to then bring up this display, so you can see your past 50 kilometers average energy consumption. Let me just go back into that. You can change between classic or simple instrument cluster. I personally prefer the classic design because it gives me my eco and charge over here. Then you can also go into adjusting the AC from here. You can also adjust the fan as well. Gives you your notifications, how's the vehicle running. Timer, back to your past, and your instrument cluster. So nice and easy. You don't have to go through if you're wanting to see about the temperature as well as the fan speed. You can adjust it right from here, which is quite nice. Also cumulative, your tire pressure monitoring, as well as your range on electric, as well as your fuel driven range and total fuel consumption. So really nice in that aspect. You can adjust that. The steering wheel, I like the design overall. I'm not the most keen with, but each to their own from a design. I think if it just came down as a spoke, but it's unique. It's leather. It's got a nice indent on the left and the right hand side for holding the steering wheel. It does feel nice in the material, got nice stitching. And then it's just manual rake, so literally push it in, pull it out, and you can adjust it up. And a lot of movement or range of motion overall. I'm just going to get it back to where I was. But yeah, nice overall. Then we come to the display. Now 15.6, and it is currently landscape. Well, BYD, if you didn't already know, on a lot of their vehicles actually have an option. Boom, son! How cool is that? So UI, layout, everything. If you prefer a portrait style display, or if you want a landscape display, no issue. You can literally switch it on the fly in a BYD. Really nice in that aspect. So this is your home screen. You've got BYD for your, controlling, opening your windows and your sunroof and the usual stuff in that regard. Your phone, Spotify, DAB radio, you can customize this. Then you go into your menu. You do have wireless CarPlay. You have wireless Android Auto. You've got your camera system. Pretty decent amount of resolution. Like, we're almost at sunset and it's a little bit fuzzy, but really great. I can see the interlocking for my space. You can obviously customize it to say 3D. Again, Chinese cars, the car is beige. The car is gray. Let's just color code the car with whatever color the actual car is. But it's those minor details at the end of the day. Good level of customization. Obviously, you can do the old invisible mode. You've got your parking. It's going to give you a distance for when you're reversing or pulling up. Let's actually show you that. Makes things easier. I like the little tones for when you're changing into reverse, park, drive, etc. But yeah, good amount of detail from the camera system. And then I should start getting a distance. Maybe? No? Parking sensors? There we go. No. There we go. So 55 centimeters. And then we reverse. Get your line trajectory as well. And we can just stop there. Nice, put it into park. Let's go through back to the home screen. So you've got media center. This is digital AB radio, your music. You can copy obviously with a SD card or USB if you want video. You can do the same thing. Here's your audio settings. So you can customize EQ. Sound system is pretty damn good with the Dynaudio system. I've made some adjustments and I think it sounds pretty decent overall. Then you've got themes. You can obviously go in and adjust the different themes that you want. You can obviously customize the wallpaper as well, which is pretty nice. Then you've got utilities. I have not messed around with that. Available, not sure what that one is. Then if we go back, you've got album. Accessing photos, if you want to set maybe wallpapers as well. Not sure, I have not messed with that. Then you've got smart charging, so you can say what time do you want the car to charge. So this is a plug-in hybrid at the end of the day. You can plug it in, you can charge it off the wall, and you can say, okay, I want it to be charged at a specific time, and you can schedule that. That is a great function. So you want it to be, ready at a certain time, or maybe there's different prices, rates for charging. You've got that customization as well. Then we've got the manual, which is nice. So if you want to know more information, you want to look for a specific detail, you can basically access. Obviously no one's accessed that, but you will need internet. I'm not sure why it's not already built in to the car. You would expect, but that is your manual. I've tried installing some apps. Waze, it's downloaded, but unfortunately, even with a hotspot, it says no connection to internet. YouTube, same sort of thing. So there seems to be a possibility of side loading apps, which is really cool, because maybe you're listening to a podcast and your driver can be watching it. That should be down to the individual to basically be able to choose whether they want to have that on display. Then you've got your AC controls. Really nice, easy laid out. All the buttons clean, very easy to get to. The front seats are ventilated, 2 stages. They work exceptionally well. Really good on the back, and pretty also good also on the tushy. So not just numbers and therefore namesake, they actually do work very nice. And back to the AC controls, very easy to adjust the amount of airspeed, obviously max if you want to get in and blast everything. You do have the option here where you can split screen. I haven't found any apps which will allow you to split screen, but it is there. Then you've got in settings, so obviously this is the full option. It has ambient lighting. The base model doesn't have ambient lighting. Then you can adjust obviously the headlight height, etc., daytime running lights, courtesy lights, all of that lot. Then you can adjust the opening height for the tailgate, handle auto fold after how much time, windows, whole bunch of controls, etc. Audio, I've already gone through that. And then energy, so you can set if you want a state of charge to be saved at 70%. Let's say you're driving from Dubai to Abu Dhabi and you want the battery to be charged up so that when you reach the city you're going to be more fuel efficient just driving around on EV. You can then adjust that, which is good. You can also adjust the regen braking. I'm actually going to set that on high. And smart charging we've already gone over. Vehicle to load, so you can plug in the cable and actually use the battery. So let's say you go to Al Qudra or somewhere and you want to basically run power from the vehicle. Vehicle to load will literally allow you to take battery and use it for something else that you want, which is a very nice function. And you've also got your consumption, so whole bunch of data here, but how cool is that? Odometer, 1,622 kilometers. Fuel consumption, 116 liters. How fantastic is that? So ballistic amount of fuel efficiency with plug-in hybrids, because they obviously have bigger batteries overall, but we'll get to that. Vehicle, you've obviously got seat ventilation, your AC controls, whether you want it in eco, if you want to auto circulate, do you want the fan speed to be reduced when you receive a call, nice functionality there. Steering, you can adjust between comfort and sport, as well as the brake assist between comfort and sport. You can turn off the ESC and parking brake as well. And comfort driving, whole bunch of features, auto wipers, auto folding. Servicing, obviously this vehicle is in, I think it's 15,000 or 20,000 that you have a service interval for it to check everything. You've got intelligent cruise control, safety assistance, emergency lane keep, door opening warning, blind spot detection, lane departure, alert mode, whether you want both, vibration. Let's just go with sound actually. Emergency brake, rear collision warning, and your forward collision warning as well. So whole bunch of safety features in that regard. You've got parking assistant, which is your parking sensors. I need to actually check, does this have auto parking? And then you've got your Bluetooth, wireless LAN if you want to set up a hotspot, connected devices, etc. You can set up all of these details as well. And obviously over-the-air updates as well. Any software updates, you'll be covered in that standpoint. And yeah, that's pretty much overall on the screen. Heading on down, super happy about this, guys. Physical AC vents. Again, no need to reinvent the wheel. Just literally design your dashboard so that you have AC vents. I love that. I love that. I love this area. Like, this area overall is just amazing. I really like it. AC vents, nicely laid out. Great amount of adjustment. Can get like really like all the way over with the AC vent, and you've obviously got the other AC vent to adjust there. Then you've got a 50-watt charger, literally sits there nicely, and like you don't have to specifically place it, literally just bam, it works. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I like that, and I can hear that the fan has kicked on and it's actually cooling, so your phone is not going to overheat. How nice is that? Heading on down, you have got your hazard light button. You've got your parking sensors, automatic auto hold for your braking, and then your switch between EV and hybrid electric vehicle, your gear selector, as well as your modes, and a nice convenient, like literally you're resting your arm literally like this, and you can control the volume, or you can turn everything off, turn everything on. AC controls, window defroster, or whether you want it automatic, park brake, park for your transmission, and then you got the cup holders. Now, cup holders is nice because I don't have a thing, but they go super deep. Let's see if I use phone is too big. But yeah, the cup holders go ballistically deep, like a 500 ml bottle of water, which literally just sticks out to there, and then you can reset by pushing that button. So yeah, very nice in that regard. I like that, easy access. And then you have this little tray, so if you want just some coins on here, speak to the Bacala guy, grab me something. But yeah, nice little tray there, and then it's out of the way. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, it's got like this little detection area, maybe for a key or something. Very interested to know about that. But if you know what this is, let us know in the comments. But yeah, heading on down, you have a very decent size storage bin. Would be nice if it was a little ambient lighting or a little puddle light, just so that if you're looking inside the box in the dark. Over here from a storage standpoint, you've got a decent size glove box as well. Obviously got the owner's manuals in there. But yeah, quite deep. And yeah, overall, oh, I almost forgot to mention, down here you have a additional storage space. So literally nice little storage spot over here. You've got a USB type A, USB type C, and some sort of connection port. Not sure what that is, but yeah, interior wise I feel very spacious overall. Let me open the sunroof. I didn't even open that. Obviously one touch to open the shade as usual. 5 looking very gorgeous, and you can also open just a little bit of fresh air, or if you want to open the sunroof completely, and that is the max position. So yeah, great amount of fresh air. It's not so fresh at the moment since it's currently 40 odd degrees. Let's close the shade, but this is great. Like, no one wants an exposed, it looks nice, but we want to be able to have a shade. And you've also got your mirrors, nice decent LED. But yeah, overall I really like the seats. Are honestly super comfortable in the front. Nice that they're ventilated, but the padding, it's just like, oof, it's like being in that grandpa's chair. Like, it's just got great amount of padding overall. But I think enough prattling on about the interior. Let's get onto the road. First initial impressions, like I say, seats very comfortable. They are X amount of way adjustable. I think 12. It will be on the screen for what they actually are. The base model or entry-level model is not as many way adjustable. Ergonomics, great seating position, great visibility, really nice controls, very easy to modulate throttle, brake, etc. All good in that aspect. I'm actually going to put ventilated seat on number 2. And I feel like the drive is just very smooth. Let's go over the speed bump. I'm going to go over it a bit quicker. It soaks up the bumps. The suspension has been tuned extremely well. Kind of gives you that Kareem premium drive experience. Hope you know which vehicle I'm talking about, but let's just go around. Spacious, man. But yeah, drive, very smooth, nice modulation, auto hold, love that functionality. Puts off the brake, can relax, just wait for the lights to change. But like I say, good visibility, nice size for the rear view mirror. I can see the passengers, I get a good idea of the size of the vehicle. It's not small or overly magnified. Really nice, and it is auto dimming as well. Side mirrors, also good size, very easy to adjust for any blind spots or anything like that. Also good in that aspect. But yeah, it's just a nice overall environment to be in. So as I was saying earlier, this is a plug-in hybrid. You basically have, let me break it down for you. You've got ICE vehicles, so internal combustion engines, whether it's a petrol or a diesel, all of them. Then you have hybrid vehicles. Hybrid vehicles are, let's say, a Toyota Camry or Highlander. A whole bunch of hybrid vehicles are out. Prius, it's a hybrid at the end of the day as well. So all of those vehicles have small batteries which allow you, when you're stopped at the traffic lights, to turn the engine off, run off the battery, which saves in fuel economy. Or low speed driving also allows you to run on the battery, but it's usually like up to 20 kilometers, something around there, that it runs on the battery. And then when you accelerate more than that, the internal combustion engine kicks in and takes over. So let me just move over here. So let's say you know that, oh, I want to be driving on EV. You can literally just push the button, internal combustion engine turns off until the battery is depleted, or if you smash the throttle, there's a little button at the end of the pedal where it's like, oh, this is you really need all the power available on tap. But as I was saying, so hybrids, small batteries, then you come to plug-in hybrids. Now, plug-in hybrids usually have a bigger battery. It can range anywhere between 15 to 30 on the very big side, and that's where you hear these, 1800 kilometers of range on a one tank of fuel, because they've got very big batteries on there. This has got a 17.6 kilowatt hour battery, so it's middle. It's a good size overall. The claimed range, as I mentioned, 840 kilometers WLTP. And I think if, like I say, you're using it on EV mode, you're charging it up, you're optimizing your driving style, it actually could very much be feasible. The drive is super compliant. Like, for just traditional suspension, soaks up all the little bumps, doesn't upset the chassis, very, very comfortable. You don't feel like any jolts or jostles or anything like that. Suspension's doing a great job in that regard. So we are in EV mode. I want to go back to hybrid electric vehicle. I'm going to gun it from the lights. Let's put it in sports mode just to add an extra level of oomph. And let's gun it from the lights. Ready, go. Front wheel drive. So a little bit of wheel slippage, but traction control. We're at 60 kilometers an hour. So plenty of low end grunt. I think the specs, they will be on screen. 270 horsepower, 450 newton meters of torque. So it's got plenty of oomph off the line. Gearbox is a eCVT, so no paddle shifts, no need to shift gears, and doesn't sound the most sporty or whatnot. But this is all about chasing fuel economy at the end of the day. Now let me just go in the right lane, because this is our infamous test of the suspension. Like, the bumps is there, okay, I went over something, but the tuning is just fantastic. It's like the sound isolation in the cabin is excellent. A bit fast over the speed bump. soaks up the speed bump nice and easy. Let's go a little bit faster here. Like, gorgeous. Very, very smooth. Really, really nice. This is the Monster. Nothing. Like, really, really nice. So if you're wanting to cover long... Oh! They're fixing the road, people! No more... Oh, wow. Wow. So our infamous testing location has been repaired. Thank you, JVC. Thank you. Much appreciated, like I say, for resurfacing the road. Unfortunately, won't have any consistent testing spots for giving you guys an idea of how the suspension is. But it's nice to have a smooth road once again. But yeah, 270 horsepower, 450 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.9 seconds. So it's not winning any awards, racing people, but that's not what it's about. And you don't feel that it needs that at the end of the day. Like I say, it's a nice, comfortable environment. I like the instrument cluster, how it shows, oh, you're in eco mode, you're driving economically, or you're charging the battery from regen or from the engine, and then power is obviously when you floor it. So, and I think it's, like I say, it's a good size, good visibility, does a good job of accelerating, maintaining distance. That was the thing in the last couple of cars we've tested, or some of the vehicles that we've tested in the past, the cruise control just lets the car basically get ahead of itself and leaves like a bazillion amount of gap. This is doing a nice job at modulating the distance, not leaving a ridiculous amount of thing, but a safe distance at the end of the day. So let's turn that off. Got a nice gap here. Going to accelerate. Let's punch it. So foot to the floor, not a lot happening, it's turbocharged, so there is a bit of lag. And there you go, you're at the speed limit. So pretty good overall. It's not ballistic, but more than sufficient for passing. You do need to slightly anticipate, like, oh, if you're just rolling on it, it's got enough oomph to pick up. But if you want to, like, it takes a bit of time for the engine to kick in. But that's fine. It's okay at the end of the day. Let's engage the cruise control. We have the shortest distance to the vehicle in front of us. We're going to set the speed at 120 kilometers an hour. There we go. And you can do 5 increments or individual increments with the adjustment here. And there you go. Nice lane keep. I really like how the actual lane keep detects whether you're paying attention or not. So in certain cars, certain brands, etc., you have a sensor basically that it could be in this position, for example. So unless you're holding the steering wheel here or holding it here, depending on where the sensor is, it thinks you're not paying attention. Whereas I'm driving with just basically keeping some resistance on the steering wheel, basically just resting my hand on the left hand side of the wheel, which is a comfortable position. I'm still paying attention to what's going on the road, but I don't have to, like, oh, please hold the steering wheel, please hold the steering wheel. I am holding the steering wheel and I am paying attention. So I really like that. And it's doing a really nice job at modulating a safe distance, but not ballistic distance behind this Yaris. Okay, let's make it a bit more challenging. We're going to change lane. The Prado in front is going very slow. And now it's already taken its foot off the gas and just gradually coasting. I can see here that because it's on charge. So it's not racing to try and get up to speed and then slamming on the brakes because the vehicle in front of you is going slower. And then when we move out, 85, 87, 88, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. The acceleration, it's definitely slow-ish, but it's not like what we've tested out before where it's taking ridiculous amount of time to get up to speed. And this is, at the end of the day, what you're probably wanting to use the vehicle for, right? Super comfortable, good sound system, very spacious, great noise isolation. You can relax, you're in comfort at the end of the day. Set your cruise control and enjoy the fantastic fuel efficiency at the end of the day. Traffic is slowing down a bit ahead. Nice modulation on the cruise control, not too aggressive. It's going to brake now though. And again, like, okay, gentle with the braking. Let's go ahead and change lane. Accelerating again. So I think, like I say, this is where majority of us, anyone that's looking at buying this vehicle, okay, car pulled down, no issue, no slamming on the brakes. It's great. But yeah, this is where a majority of us are spending, right? Driving on the road, we're commuting to work, to home, to a meeting. It is very comfortable, really nice overall for doing exactly that. So let's come on to the $1 million question, the price. Aspect, this is the full option, full trim model. So it's got the bigger screens, it's got the auto dimming rear view camera, ambient lighting, remote start on the controller. Differences will be on screen here. As driven 129,900 dirhams. I think that is fantastic value for money for a hybrid this size, this level of build quality, finishing, how premium, like quite luxurious at the end of the day from a driving experience. That is fantastic value for money. I like the cream color exterior. This interior initially was like, but I really like it now. I think that's great value for money. And if you don't want the bigger screens, the engine, the range, the battery is the same in both versions. There's no difference in that standpoint. So if you're just like, I want the cheapest thing, I want to be super fuel efficient, but I want the space and the size and all of that, 100,900. Ballistic value for money. I think you get free registration. It's currently on offer. I'll mention on screen bumper to bumper warranty. I think it's 6 years, 120,000 or something, and then 8 years, 200,000 is for the batteries. But on screen is the accurate thing as such. The main benefit I would say is if you're considering an EV, but you're like, I don't have a charger at home. I need, once a week to do a long distance trip, and I'm going to have charging anxiety, whether or not I can charge the battery, all of that, kind of things. This you don't need to worry about. You can literally say, okay, I'm going to put it in EV mode. I'll see how the consumption is in EV mode only, but then you can literally switch it over and you have the petrol motor and you can drive along. That's it. So you're getting basically the best of both worlds. Yes, from a maintenance standpoint, you do still have to service the vehicle, so change the oil filter. It does have a regular turbocharged petrol engine. The turbo itself is consumable. If you're doing ridiculous amount of mileage, will also need to be replaced at some point. So it's not headache-free maintenance like you get with an EV, but with the technology, BYD has been around for a ridiculous amount of years. I'm sure they've refined those details, so maintenance and everything is pretty seamless as well. But this is something like I say, I would highly consider because you don't have any of the drawbacks of an EV. So I would definitely consider looking at this for a plug-in hybrid. I think plug-in hybrids is honestly the sweet spot in this day and age. The only caveat with a plug-in hybrid, as I came to learn yesterday, is that the vast majority, 99% of plug-in hybrids only have AC charging. So AC charging is like, you just plug in your regular socket at home and it will charge at like 2 kilowatts per hour. But keep in mind, the battery is only 17.6 kilowatt hours. So you get home at 6 o'clock, plug it on charge, you're going to have a full battery in the morning anyway, because it doesn't have a 100 kilowatt hour battery. It's not an EV at the end of the day. So it's good in that standpoint as well. But yeah, that's the BYD Seal 7. Let me know what you think of the BYD. I think it's an excellent car. Is it something on your radar where you're considering it? What do you guys think of plug-in hybrids at the end of the day? And don't forget, we also do stories on our social media for the most latest updates. So if you want to follow us on social media, that's tbreak.com, the same as our YouTube channel. You can ask questions and we answer them live, or we have the full video review here. And I appreciate you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps us out. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.